From the love child of Joe Rogan and Michael Bay comes a Zack Snyder film with no one at the studio telling him how to write a script,
Easy peasy Japanesey.
how to direct a performance,
And I'll probably die.
or how to focus the camera. Focus. Focus, please. Focus. Focus now. And focus. 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 Army of the Dead. Zombies have taken over Las Vegas thanks to Roadhead gone wrong.
Oh, my Lord, Roadhead.
And now the whole city looks like a spirit Halloween a paintball field, with the government from Idiocracy all set to drop a nuke.
Dropping the nuke on the 4th would be, quote, really cool and actually kind of patriotic if you think about it.
There's just a few days left for a billionaire to hire some mercs to rob his own casino. But don't worry, that dumb plan is just cover for the military's even dumber plan,
Power to control your own zombie army.
which is just cover for one woman's even dumber plan to avoid raising some kids.
In case anything happens to me in the next few days, just make sure the kids make it out to Barstow, okay?
I'm coming with you.
Which is just cover for one company's even dumber plan to launch an entire shared universe off one average zombie movie. Hey, remember when we had way too much zombie stuff? Like 5 years ago? Cool. If you want to pull off a great heist, you're gonna need the perfect crew. Gear up with one damaged badass. 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 A couple of fun-loving badasses. And the world's most obvious traitor.
I don't trust you. I don't trust that guy. I don't trust any of these people, but especially you.
But no crew is truly complete without a show-stealing comic relief. And no one knocks those roles out of the park like Tig Notaro. Because when you get a pro like Tig Notaro, you just sit back and let Tig Notaro do what Tig Notaro does best. Appeal to a younger audience. Experience a film about broke veterans stealing money during a zombie apocalypse that's somehow not a commentary on anything.
We're not in America anymore, haven't you heard?
Which technically makes it an even freer country, right?
Whatever.
Where the only theme is the zero the team gives about each other.
Don't go! No, we're a team!
I brought a guy in once, lost sight of him, had to leave him.
What are we doing? Just go!
Let's go.
Au revoir. Come on, leave her! She's dead!
Don't screw me.
Just go!
So that's a pretty common theme for you? Leaving people behind?
But there's no time for social satire when there's so many awesome ideas to introduce and never follow up on. Like robot zombies. What's their deal? Who knows? Rain zombies.
You should see what happens when it rains. For a few hours, they'll come back to life.
We should see that. But we don't. Zombie sex. How's that possible? TBD. And the awesome zombie killing saw that keeps getting teased.
You ready to play? Don't ever touch my saw again, okay?
Oh man, here it comes. It's zombie sawing time. Wait, what? They only use it to make a door? Is Snyder saving the good stuff for the prequel, the sequel, the anime prequel, or the Snyder cut? So settle in for some classic Snyder that may not be his best zombie flick, but it's got a great opening credit sequence. Then a bunch of overlong nonsense that's not as fun as it should be, especially when you put a better idea for a movie in the movie.
There's another team of grave robbers.
It could be us in another timeline. And we're caught in some infinite loop of fighting and dying.
I would much rather watch that story.
Any idea what the hell we're hauling?
Amelia Earhart, but alive.
Or that one.
Open the food truck. Just thinking artisan grilled cheese sandwiches.
Or that one. Starring Dave Bautista, looking like he's holding in a sneeze. Clockwise Orange. Chris deleted. Psalms of Anarchy. Tommy Wiseau. You saw nothing. I guess Flula had a scheduling conflict. Zom Influencer. 8 simple rules for eviscerating my teenage daughter. Get over here! And rob my casino free. Tricky Martin. Lily Vegas Multipass. And I'm dead. World War.
Oh, no. No, it wasn't that bad. Come on.
You know, you'd think a guy on his way to steal $200 million in cash would have a better plan for carrying it all up to the roof. I mean, I know he's shaped like an upside-down triangle and all, but that's 4,400 pounds, dude. I need you to get all the way off my back about how the movies are being written. Finger licking good.
So, you have a zombie movie for me?
Yes, sir, I do. And you've never seen zombies like this before.
How's that?
Mostly out of focus.
What?
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do practically every shot with super shallow depth of field and really blurry backgrounds.
Sounds a little distracting.
It might be. So anyway, there's gonna be the zombie outbreak in Vegas, right? So the government basically walls up the city to contain the spread.
Smart.
And they declare it's no longer part of America.
Well, why was that necessary?
Unclear. So eventually the government decides to nuke the city to kill all the zombies.
Okay.
But this casino owner, Tanaka, has $200 million in a vault under his casino, so he approaches this former mercenary, Scott Ward.
Oh, and he tells him to assemble a team?
He does. So Scott needs some teammates. He needs a safe cracker, obviously.
I thought it was Tanaka's vault. Can't he give them the code?
No.
Okay.
And they also need a helicopter pilot.
Oh, they can fly in. That'll be helpful.
No, see, the government doesn't actually allow people to fly into Vegas. It's restricted airspace.
But they can fly out?
Yes, sure, I don't care. So Tanaka also adds his own head of security, Martin, to the team. And this guy's real suspicious.
Oh, sounds suspicious.
He is. So they head to Vegas, and Scott's estranged daughter, Kate, forces herself into the movie because she has a friend that's inside the city.
Sure, she may as well be in the movie.
Oh, she will be, and she's gonna get everybody killed.
Oh my God.
So they head into the quarantine zone, and they see a zombie queen and a zombie tiger, both of which were turned by an alpha zombie.
Oh, biting tigers is tight.
Then they're gonna stumble upon a bunch of zombies that are hibernating.
Oh, zombies hibernate.
Some of them do, sir, because as I was writing this movie, I was like, hey, what if zombies did everything?
Interesting.
Yeah, we're talking strong zombies, fast zombies, martial arts zombies, dumb zombies.
Okay.
Robot zombies.
What?
Yeah, a couple of the zombies will be robots with glowing blue eyes. It's gonna look very cool.
What's going on there?
It's gonna look very cool. They're robot zombies.
Why are some of the zombies robots?
It's gonna look great.
Okay.
Oh, we're also gonna mention that a bunch of these zombies got dried out in the sun, but they come back to life when it rains.
Oh, a very cool concept. I bet that's gonna come into play later. It won't. Oh.
And we're gonna have this guy Vanderbroek keep bringing up this saw that he loves to use.
Oh, probably gonna be a crazy scene of him using that later, huh?
Ah, there won't be, no.
All right.
Yeah, it's like the famous Chekhov's gun writing advice, right? If in the first act you show a gun on the wall, then in the second act, just kind of have a good time.
That's not how that goes.
Anyway, so eventually this girl Chambers tells Martin, like, hey, I know you're up to something, dude.
Right.
So then Martin locks her in a room with some zombies, but she manages to jump through a window near the group.
Oh, so they rescue her?
No, nobody does anything to help her despite her being just a few feet away from them. They just watch her get killed.
But she must yell something about Martin before getting killed.
She doesn't know, but her friend Mikey accuses Martin. He's like, you clearly had something to do with this.
Does Mikey do anything about it?
He doesn't know. They're not gonna talk about it again.
Was everybody in the group just not suspicious of Martin or something?
No, they definitely were. Some of them even discussed how it might be best if this guy died.
So, okay.
And so eventually this guy is gonna cut the head off of the queen zombie.
Oh, why does he do that?
Well, he reveals that this entire mission was actually about getting this zombie head. His boss doesn't actually care about the money. This is worth more.
Oh, why didn't Tanaka just hire people to do that? Why plan a fake heist?
So the movie can happen.
Oh, okay, gotcha. So I guess this guy takes off with the head.
No, he goes back to the heist, even though they were standing right next to where they entered the quarantine zone.
Oh, interesting choice.
So then the safecracker guy and Vanderho try to open the safe, right?
Right.
But this thing has like pressure-activated booby traps, so they can't just walk up to it.
So what do?
Well, they start trying to trick a zombie into activating the traps, but it's hard to do because zombies are dumb and they keep turning towards them.
Can't they just throw a dead zombie or a dead zombie limb?
Probably, but they're not gonna do that. Instead, they're gonna microwave a zombie hand and use that to trick a zombie into going to eat it.
What do you mean?
Well, the idea is that zombies are attracted to warm flesh.
Doesn't that mean that all the zombies outside in the scorching hot Las Vegas sun would constantly be trying to eat each other?
I don't know.
Fair enough.
So anyway, eventually they get the safe open and there's $200 million in $100 bills, just stacks of cash.
Oh, I feel like that probably weighs thousands of pounds.
Yeah, probably.
So how do they plan on getting literal tons of cash and themselves on a single helicopter out of the city city in one shot.
Well, they brought backpacks.
That'll do it.
And then they also find out that the nuke has been pushed forward by a day, so they have like an hour to get out of the city.
Oh no.
So then this girl Maria decides that this is a good time to stop everything and talk to Scott about her feelings.
Oh, can't that wait 45 minutes?
Yeah, well, she's actually about to die, so we kind of have to make people care about the death scene that's about to happen.
Maybe you should set that up before this scene.
Maybe, but I'm not gonna.
Well, okay then.
And Scott's daughter, she takes off.
Well, why? A bomb is about to level the city.
Well, she wants to go save her friend in a super far away building.
Okay, even if she finds her friend, and even if her friend is alive, what's the plan to get out of the city without the helicopter?
Unclear.
Huh.
So then Scott and the pilot take off in the helicopter across the city to try and rescue her and her friend, who she somehow did manage to find.
Okay.
And the alpha zombie, he's watching them fly away from the helipad, and he's very angry. He wants to kill them very much.
Well, it's gonna be hard for him to catch up with a helicopter.
Actually, it's gonna be super easy. Barely an inconvenience.
Oh, really?
Yeah, see, he has a zombie horse.
So he gets down from the top of a building onto a horse across the city and up another building in the same time it took them to fly a helicopter.
He does, yeah. So then they fly away again, but the alpha jumps on board and the nuclear bomb explodes.
Oh, wow, 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 wow.
And Scott manages to kill the alpha, but then the helicopter crashes and pretty much everyone dies except Kate.
What about her friend she was trying to save, the one whose rescue drove the entire last part of the movie?
Oh, unclear. We're not even gonna show her.
Oh, that's a little frustrating.
So then after the blast, that guy Vandero gets out of the safe, which that safecracker guy had pushed him into to save him.
Okay.
And he just kind of walks out of the burning city and through the desert.
What about Fallout?
I mean, yeah, that's a pretty good game, I guess. Not really relevant here.
That's not.
And so he gets on a plane and he realizes he's been bitten.
How long is it taking him to turn?
I know, right? Oh, and also we're gonna play that song Zombie from the Cranberries.
Ooh, wasn't that song written in response to a tragedy where some children were killed?
Well, that's a good point, but counterpoint, it has the word zombie in it.
Well, yeah, no, that is a good point too.
And so that's about it. What do you think?
Well, it sounds like mindless zombie fun. I'm just really stuck on that robot thing. What's going on there? We're really not gonna explain that?
Well, see, here's the thing. I was thinking maybe we could expand on that in another project, maybe several projects.
Cinematic universe?
Cinematic universe, sir.
Oh man, you said the magic words. Let's do it.
So long story short, I liked Army of the Dead. I thought it was fun. For all the Netflix movies that have been coming out, and the action movies and all that kind of stuff, I thought this was one of the best ones I've seen in a while. Like, you know, the old guard was fun. It was alright. The last act was okay. Power was a cool concept, but it just felt small. Didn't feel like they had a whole lot of money to do what they really wanted to do. This one, it felt like Netflix was like, here's a bunch of money, do what you want. And they let Zack Snyder have fun in his little playground. That's kind of what it felt like. It felt like a director having fun with what they wanted to do. And it felt like just a cool concept to see, even though a lot of stuff didn't make sense. There was a lot of things that were answered. But there's a cool video, breakdown video. I'll put the link in the description below for a breakdown video I watched. That was actually pretty cool. And it went into a few theories about like the robot zombies maybe being something that the government put in there to watch the zombie horde, eventually make their own. But then part of me was like, if the government put that robot zombie there, why don't they just make a bunch of those? Why do you need an actual zombie to make your own zombie army if you're able to build robot zombies, if the theory is accurate? But there was that, the whole thing about the zombies, you know, coming from an alien source because he saw the little lights that flew off in the beginning of the film. Supposedly were alien ships. When the alpha zombie was being transported, you see two lights that just kind of fly off real quick, shot. But there are some things in this movie that were pretty cool. Like, it allows you to kind of put your own theory to it. It's not just straightforward. It does need to answer some things with the sequel or whatever prequel they're doing, because this is a whole bunch of things that are coming in based on what Honest Trailer said. I liked how both Honest Trailers and Pitch Meeting talked about, you know, the focus of the film, and really just literally the camera focus, just for it being out of focus, really. A lot of blurry shots in there. And Honest Trailers killed it with the Tig Notaro switch up, because obviously she took over the role from Chris D'Elia? I always say his name incorrectly. Correct me if I'm wrong. She took over the role from his little scandal thing. Let me know what you guys thought of that, though. Did it seem like a seamless integration, like adding her in digitally into the movie? Because I thought it was kind of a cool situation of how they did it, but there's a lot, because I knew there's a lot of scenes where I was like, okay, this obvious that this is how they did it. But then when she was in scenes with them, it looked really great. But then there was a lot of scenes for her where the background was blurry and she was in there. So you knew this is how they were kind of making it happen. But for the most part, I thought it was pretty good. There were some scenes where it was very obvious, but some scenes it looked really great, actually. It's funny to think, though, because Dave Bautista said he still hasn't even met her. He still hasn't met Tig Notaro, like, at all. And they were in this movie together, well, technically, sort of. But then there's other scenes where I know they brought actors back because, like, they pat her on the back or, like, they do things with her in certain scenes. So they figured out a way to make it work. So I thought it was actually okay. I also like how Ryan George had another I don't care in the pitch meeting. I thought he was gonna do some more, but he had it in there. And so you could tell he's just like, I'm just gonna have the zombies do whatever they want, which is fine, you know, whatever. I thought it added some change to what we normally expect from zombies. But because they didn't explain anything, I see why people have an issue with it. Again, Army of the Dead was fun for me. I enjoyed it. I actually watched it twice. Once by myself, once with my wife. She enjoyed it. She thought it was okay, I guess, based on what she was talking about it. But I really enjoyed it. So let me know what your thoughts were on Army of the Dead. I know a lot of people were hating on it. In my view, hating on it. This is a movie that clearly could have been in theaters and didn't have to come out on Netflix. It felt like a theater film, even with the story issues and the character issues, because everybody's just kind of a one-shot, one-dimensional character, which, you know, that's kind of how it goes with these things. But except in this one, a lot of them are all the same. So I guess that's one main issue. But the action was dope. I thought how they recreated Las Vegas was pretty awesome. Even seeing the behind-the-scenes video with Zack Snyder talking about how they processed and made everything. It was a pretty cool situation, so check that out if you haven't seen that either. But those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below on the Honest Trailer, the pitch meeting, and the movie itself. And then just let me know which one was your favorite, Honest Trailers or pitch meeting. Shout out to you guys, the subscribers, the members, even those that are not subscribed. Thanks so much for coming back and watching. I appreciate all you do for the channel, whether it's liking the videos, commenting, or sharing the videos. I really appreciate it. To Steve O, Slepnear, and Brian Tidwell, thanks so much for being a part of the Hyper Crew. I really appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying the membership perks that I'm putting out there. If you're interested in memberships, hit that join button down below. You can see all the perks available in each tier. While you're still here, hit that like button before you go, but you can also check out some of our most popular videos on the channel. You can also see our most recent reaction right over there as well. If you've seen all of that, then I'll see you guys in the comments. We can talk about this.